Hey there, so this is Tanya, and today's tip is for buyers. What is the difference between pre-approval versus pre-qualification? Now, side note, if you really want to get some exact information and really super accurate, contact your local lender and have them go through this, because this is just a very brief overview from Tanya, who is not a financial expert. Okay, so putting all that aside, pre-qualification, let's start with that. So basically it's a quick estimate of what a buyer might be able to afford. So that's when a buyer maybe calls the local lender or mortgage company and gives them general information, okay? Basic income information, overall idea on what they have for debt, and then over the phone or possibly in an email, that lender might give them a pre-qual idea of what they can afford. Now, is that strong enough to have in hand if you're ready to go out and start looking at houses? And most listing agents, if they're a good listing agent, they will ask the buyer's agent for a pre-approval letter before having their homeowner review the offer. Very important, because you don't want to accept an offer for your homeowner if you aren't certain if that buyer can actually afford to get a mortgage, right? So next in line, which is much stronger, is a pre-approval letter from the bank. So that means that the buyer, or you, whoever's watching this video, has brought in all the documentation that the lender requires to give a pre-approval letter stating that you can get a mortgage for such and such amount. You've brought in your tax documents, you've brought in your pay stubs, you've brought in some bank statements, some review of your debt and what you're carrying. So if you're looking at pre-qual versus pre-approval, which one is stronger in terms of what you want to have on the ready if you're going to start looking at homes? Pre-approval. Fist up. So, and again, if you want to get into more detail on what your particular lender is going to require for documents, reach out to them and give them a call and just say, what things do I need to have in hand in order to start the pre-approval process? And it's never too early. Even if you think you are not going to buy for another 6 to 12 months, isn't it nice to be more prepared and have time to gather those documents so that you're not in a panic and a frenzy trying to find all those documents? Because trust me, finding your pay stubs, especially when so many now are electronic, you need a little time to do that. So again, I hope this was helpful. This is Tanya. If you have any thoughts, questions, comments, you can always reach out via text, message, email, or you can pick up the phone and give me a call. Hope you're having a good day. This is Tanya. Over and out.